Ooh, look at this hairdo. All right. Getting fancy for the video. If you're looking for Kevin, he's right there sleeping. I am currently in the process of packing up lots of winter stuff, and I got these new vacuum pack bags, and I think that I'm in love with them. Anyway, it comes with like this little vacuum thing, and it, anyway, I'm sure you've seen it. They are fantastic. For those of you who don't know, I live in a very old, tiny home, and so we don't have a lot of storage space. Anyway, I wanted to take a break and make a video really quick because I was just on Adrian's live. She was live, and oh my gosh, so much fun. So much fun. I'm actually going to be doing a pre-recorded session with her tomorrow, which will be Sunday for the purposes of this video. You're going to see this after the fact. And I'm really looking forward to it. But in speaking, over there in the live chat, I was reminded of when I first got my type 2 diabetes diagnosis, and a story that I don't think that I've shared, or if I did share it, it's way, way back in the day when I first started. So I'm going to tell you a little story about Jack and Diane. No, it's not about Jack and Diane. Love them though. So when I was at my highest weight of 285, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea. And when I went for my follow-up after doing the sleep study, which was horrible, it's the little thing, and you got to put it in your nose, and you got to sleep with it in, and it was so uncomfortable, terrible, hated it. So anyway, I was at the follow-up after doing the little sleep study where they take the thing and, run all the information off of it. So I went in, and the nurse, of course, took my blood pressure. And she took it, and then she seemed kind of alarmed. And then she took it again, and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Me? Yeah, I'm okay." I mean, I get a little bit of an anxiety at the doctor's office, but yeah, I'm fine. Why? Is my blood pressure high? And she was like, yeah, it's really high. It's really high. Are you having anxiety right now? And I was like, well, no, I mean, I'm okay. I can just sit here and kind of relax for a minute. And then we can try again, right? Because you're not supposed to do blood pressure back to back to back to back. You're supposed to wait. So I was like, maybe it was just a high reading and then you took it again. So let's just, wait a minute. And she was like, okay, I don't want you to get up. I'm going to go get the doctor. And I was like, how high could this blood pressure be? I feel fine. And I told her, I was like, I feel fine. And she was like, you're sure? You're not having any blurry vision? There's nothing going on? I'm like, no, lady, I'm fine. It was probably just a bad reading. I mean, I'm not saying that you did something wrong, but yeah, I'm fine. So anyway, I sit there for a few minutes and the doctor comes in. He does my blood pressure. She's standing there watching, and he's like, have you been diagnosed with high blood pressure? I was like, well, the last time I went to my, regular GP, they said that it was on the high side, and that, that I would potentially have to get on a blood pressure medication, but I'm not on anything currently. And he was like, okay, and you're not having an anxiety attack? And I was like, no, I'm perfectly fine. And he rattled off all these symptoms, and I was like, what is going on? How high is my blood pressure? Yeah, it was 210 over 190. And he was like, yeah, this is really bad. We're not going to be able to see you for your visit today, and you need to go straight to the emergency room. I was like, wait a minute. I feel perfectly fine. He was like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Legally speaking, we can't see you for your appointment. You're not going to be charged a fee or anything, but you have to go. and I am recommending that you go straight to the emergency room. And I was like, no way, come on, seriously? So I left the doctor's office, not by choice, and I called my dad, and I was like, what do you think I should do? The nurse was a little bit rough with me, so I was convinced that she just, was rushed or in a hurry and just wasn't getting a good reading. And he was like, well, I think that if you go to a fire department, that they will check your blood pressure for free. Because the thing was, I was waiting on a paycheck, so I really didn't want to go to like a urgent care, let alone the emergency room, if I really didn't need to, right? Because I was convinced that this nurse had done something wrong. So I was like, oh, okay, I know where there's a fire station. So I drive up to the fire station and I stroll in. And of course, there are, multiple people standing around, and two guys jump up and they're like, hey, is everything okay? And I was like, yeah, I just need somebody to take my blood pressure, and I think that you guys do that for free. And they were like, yes, absolutely, come on in. Are you having any symptoms? I was like, no, I feel perfectly fine, but I just left my doctor's office and they told me I need to go to the ER. So before I go to the ER and drop a ton of money, I'd like to just have you double check it, just to make sure. And they were like, absolutely, yeah, we can do it manually. We have a machine that does it. We can double, triple check you. I was like, okay, great. So these two lovely gentlemen took me over to a seat, sat me down, and they did the blood pressure cuff, right? Just like they did at the doctor's office. And they got the reading, and one guy looked at the other guy and wrote something down on the little clipboard. And he was like, hey, you might want to go get so-and-so and bring the machine. And I'm like, oh, Lord. What kind of machine are you going to strap me up into? I mean, is this going to get weird? Because I'm not really in the mood for weird. And he started laughing. He was like, no, we're going to hook you up to the automated machine. It's more accurate than the cuff. And I was like, oh, okay. So again, didn't think anything of it. And so the head honcho fireman comes out, and he's got like 4 other people with him. They're all coming in. So then they've got manual cuff on one arm, machine cuff on the other arm with like this big stand, and like it's got all this thing, and he's got it turned towards him. And manager guy, firefighter in charge dude, is asking me all these questions, and he is like really grilling me. And I'm like, dude, is something wrong? Because you're coming on a little strong. He's like, I'm sorry, we've just never had somebody come in with blood pressure this high. So I apologize that I'm being so blunt and direct, but I need to make sure that you're okay. I was like, look, if there was something wrong, I would tell you. I'm not somebody that's like faking it. Obviously, I came in here of my own accord, and I'm telling you, I'm not having any symptoms. No blurry vision, no, none of the stuff. I was like, I promise you, if something was wrong, I would tell you. I have insurance. Like, we could call an ambulance right now and they could take me. And he was like, yeah, this is really bad. You need to go to the ER. You're sure that you're fine? I'm like, yes. He's like, okay, because I'm not sure if I feel comfortable letting you get back in your car and driving to the ER. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me right now? I'm fine. So then I have to call my wife and tell her, hey, here's what's happening. I'm going to the ER. Please don't panic. I'm okay. I feel fine, but everybody's telling me to go. So I went, and it was a ginormous waste of time. I wish that I hadn't gone, because it was a waste of $500. They basically gave me blood pressure medicine and said to check back in with my doctor within 7 days. I'm like, Literally didn't give me anything while I was there. Nothing. Just, here, give us $500. Oh, by the way, here's a prescription. Go check up with your regular doctor. Really, dude? Wish you could have told me that beforehand. Okay? I could have saved $500. I told the doctor, I was like, hey, doc, this is a really expensive visit to tell me to go to my GP. Could you give me something good? Could you give me some painkillers or something fun? Because this sucks. This is $500 down the drain. He was like, I'm so sorry. He's like, legally, they're required to tell you to come here. And it's a good thing that you did because your blood pressure is through the roof. So you definitely want to get this addressed, but you're fine. You say you're fine. You're not having any symptoms. We don't need to do any more expensive testing. You're going to be okay. You don't want to leave it like this because that would be bad, but you're going to be fine. Wish you told me that, $500 ago. So anyway, that was my fun times. So if you or anyone you know ever needs to have their blood pressure checked, or if you're just feeling weird and you're not sure what's going on, you can go walk into a fire station and they will, in fact, check your blood pressure for you. I hope you found this story interesting. Let me know down in the comments below, what was something that happened to you when you were at your highest weight, and how did that make you feel? Because for me, it was a really big wake-up call to what was going on in my body. So let me know down in the comments below. If you're looking for a positive-only support group where you can take glorious naps like this puppy here, definitely check out the link in the description box. And as always, be kind, rewind.